Hi, Dan here, back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at this chili and macaroni MRE that was left over from when I was in the service that I had field stripped, so it doesn't have the bag anymore. Field stripping, a lot of times what we do, take the MRE out of the bag and just pack it in different parts of our rucksack to make it a little more compact than being in the big bulky packaging. So that's what this one is here. It's a 2010 dated chili and macaroni. It's got the main entree, the wheat snack bread, carrot pound cake, the nut raisin mix, cheese spread with bacon, and then our accessory pack, which has some Taster's Choice coffee. We'll see if that's held up. A lot of times this stuff dry molds. So we'll start off with getting the main entree going. See if we get it heated up here. If this ration heater is still good. Yeah, so we have a date code of 0160, so being that was in from 07 to 12, that's why I believe this obviously to be a 2010, not a year 2000 dated chili macaroni. So I get that all pushed down. This MRE was really popular. Guys would fight over this, trying to get them out of the cases when I was in, so get that flameless ration here torn open. Get some water out of our 2-quart. When you do this, just be careful not to add too much. Like that little bit was just enough to put it on the fill line. So once you get the water in there, you see you're supposed to lean it over onto something, a rock or something, and that's to help get the water spread around. You fold this over, put your MRE next to it, and put it back in the box. And then should start to heat up. We're going to set it up against the Kevlar here, and we'll see if that starts to heat up. In the meantime, we'll take a look at the rest of everything we got here, see how it's held up. Let's take a look at this nut raisin mix, see if these nuts are still good. They still look alright. So let's take a handful of those, see how they are. Those still taste pretty good. Maybe slightly stale, but not too bad. So we'll take a look at this cheese spread with bacon, fortified. The cheese spreads were always really popular. You could trade a lot of good stuff for these. People always love these cheese spreads. I personally thought they were okay. I'm not a big fan of processed cheese. See how it's held. It looks like it's kind of separated there. Some of the oils. Smells like processed cheese and bacon. I'll take a little taste. It still tastes pretty decent, I guess. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of processed cheese, but put it on the wheat snack bread here, it's probably pretty good. This bread by itself is pretty dry and flavorless, so kind of had a jelly or cheese spread to go on it to make it kind of somewhat palatable. Yeah, it seems like this cheese is kind of just like it's separated out over the last 7 years a little bit. Let's see if we can spread that around with a spoon. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know about this, but it may be alright. I don't know, I'll take a little taste with it on the bread and see how it is. Take a look at that bread there. On the wheat snack bread, it's not bad. I think it just kind of needed reconstituted there, spread around. So let's open our accessory packet, see what we got in there, see if that coffee's still good. we got our toilet paper, always a good thing to have. Packaging on that hasn't changed since the MCI days. It still looks pretty much the same. Some iodized salt, sugar, matches, moist towelette, the classic chiclets, the creamer non-dairy dry. See if that's still good. We'll mix them with our coffee, if it's still good anyway, and the taster's choice. Now, it still sounds good, like it hasn't gotten cakey. Let's see, we'll pour it out into our canteen cup and see what it looks like. If you look, there doesn't look like there's any dry mold or any funkiness going on in there, like sometimes you find with some of the ones that are older. So we're gonna see. This creamer feels, I don't know, feels a little like cakey. Yeah, looks like moisture's definitely gotten to it, so we're gonna pass on using that. You can see it's like turned into a cake in there. Sometimes these foil packets get moisture and they're not good anymore. See if the sugar feels the same way, but I don't know that sugar really goes bad. So yeah, the sugar's still fine. We'll add that in. And we'll see how this coffee holds up. Probably add about 6 ounces of water to this coffee. I'm gonna just kind of guess here. It's not like we don't carry measuring cups with us out in the field, so you kind of just have to guess on how that tastes. Tell you what, I'm gonna grab another spoon here. I'll use that cheese spoon in the coffee. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. It's still good. Just kind of tastes like your typical instant coffee. Nothing fancy there. Spilled some of that, stirring it up. So we'll set some of this stuff off to the side here for now. See, is this starting to heat up? Feels like it's starting to get warm. So these things take forever, which is why we never really used them. We'll see. We'll continue to let that heat up. We'll go ahead and take a look at this pound cake. I'm going to move that back for now. Put that out on the other part of our mess kit here. Most of these pound cakes were always really good, other than the fact that sometimes they turn into a crumbled mess in here. But this one looks like it's held up. Well, nope, kind of broken. That's that, so. So let's take a taste of this carrot pound cake. You can see the inside of it still looks just fine. Looks like a carrot cake. Smells really good. Smells very fresh still. Has some nuts in it, but I imagine they've held up if these ones have. Yep, and that's still totally fresh and edible for a 2010 pound cake. I give this ration heater a little bit more time, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we gave that heater some time to run its course, and so let's take a look at this chili and macaroni and see how it's held up. This tear notch here just doesn't want. Let's see if we can get that. So this packaging doesn't look like it's necessarily held up that well. Kind of like the 2 layers. Well, that's what it looks like inside. Let's get it out onto this mess tray. Definitely has a very strong smell to it. You can see you got some beans, noodles, meat in there. Let's see what it looks like. It tastes pretty good. Tastes like chili and noodles. So even though this is 12 years old, it's held up pretty well. So that's inside the chili and macaroni MRE. With back to this cheese, you know, I didn't really, a key thing with the cheeses is to knead them beforehand. Same with the peanut butter. I didn't do that, which is why it was pretty separated. If you do that, you know, it's going to be a lot better when you take it out of the package. But this chili and macaroni is still pretty good for being a 2010 vintage. All right, well, thanks for watching. You guys have a good day.